Well, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp made an unannounced trip to the U.S. border with Mexico to visit with 300 Georgia National Guard troops who are stationed there. He tweeted this, since the vice president won't visit our nation's border to witness the crisis we're facing, I decided to go myself. Stay tuned. Well, here now to tell us and show us what he saw at the border is Georgia Governor Brian Kemp. Great to talk with you again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be on with you. Thank you.
So I know that you also shared several pictures and video from the border when you made the trip down there. Your trip previously had been in December. Tell us the difference, if any, that you are seeing between December and now as to what's happening there.
Well, drastically different, as you can imagine, and has been reported now, thankfully, that the media is paying attention to this issue, even if the vice president is not. And it's just got so much information down there that was so different from December. There were 17,000 apprehensions in January, 28,000 in February. It went to 62,000 in March. They're thinking there'll be over 62,000, in April. So the beat goes on and on. And, it's really frustrating for the Border Patrol agents that are on the ground. The reason I went is we have 300 Georgia National Guardsmen down there almost that are helping the Border Patrol. We're flying Lakota helicopter missions, helping them pinpoint people that are coming across. We're helping doing logistics work in the operations center to identify targets as they come across. And then we've got a big group down there that's doing fleet maintenance to keep Border Patrol vehicles going. And just the information we're getting is so different now than it was even in December.
Governor, a lot of people mentally picture the border problem as just something on the border, but those people go other places in the country, and I was curious how it affects Georgia.
Well, that's one reason I wanted to also see how it is going to affect us. I mean, look, we know that drugs are coming across. One of the things I learned from the Border Patrol agents and our folks down there is that at times people that are crossing the border, they're doing it because their drug cartels are making them do that to help draw attention to the Border Patrol and the other folks that are providing help on the mission. The Texas Department of Public Safety, Texas troopers are down there as well, spending a lot of money and resources to help fight this. And they've been drawn to people coming across. And when they do that, up river somewhere or down river somewhere, they'll be shipping a load of drugs across. I mean, it's just nonstop. They're apprehending an average of 2,000 people today just in the McAllen, Texas station down there. It's the busiest place in the country, and that's where our folks are. And we know that those drugs are going all over the country, including Georgia. We know that people are being trafficked, and we know that the cartels are making a lot of money, whether it's, trafficking people, drugs, or weapons.
Governor, are any of these undocumented children that are coming across the border and then being sent to other facilities across the country, are they coming to Georgia?
We have not seen that yet. I've got our state agencies paying close attention to that in case, if we do get asked, we would obviously have an issue with that, as states around us have. It was my understanding when I was out there, a lot of the children that were being detained in deplorable conditions earlier are now being sent to places like Arizona and California.
What did you see that you think people should be aware of?
I think to me that the thing that was frustrating is just why folks from the Biden administration simply won't get on the ground and talk to the Border Patrol agents about what's happening. And really, it's just a messaging. It's the difference of messaging in the Trump administration and the Biden administration that's inviting these people across, really to take advantage of the situation, quite honestly. And I know it's, very low morale for the folks that are doing this mission. I mean, literally, they're working hard day after day. It's a humanitarian mission in a lot of ways, because if they ever try to catch any of the traffickers just start throwing kids and people out of boats. They can't swim, so the Border Patrol agents have to go save those people's lives, and then the cartel members just escape back to continue doing these, acts where they're making a lot of money.
Governor Kemp, since we have a little extra time here, I'd like to switch and talk about the gubernatorial race, which is coming up next year. I was able to speak with you right after you received President Trump's endorsement when you were running for governor. I know you were very excited about that. And, you know, this time around, things are a little bit different. And I was wondering how concerned you are about your relationship as it stands right now with the former president, and if you have heard from him in regards to the upcoming race for governor.
You know, I appreciate that question. I'm very excited. We're gearing up now for the re-election campaign. I'm very excited to run on a great record over the last couple of years. I mean, I just signed some great adoption reform legislation here. We just signed a bill to go after street racers and violent crime in the Atlanta, Georgia area that's just gotten just ridiculously out of control. Obviously, we're supporting the border mission. So really a lot of the things that we've been doing, the #1 state in the country for business here in Georgia, great economy, first state to open, to come out of COVID and do two things, protect lives, but also livelihoods. You know, I'm going to look forward to running on those policies. I've worked very hard for President Trump. I was a big supporter in the great policies that we have. We've seen right now how those are being undermined by Joe Biden, whether it's border security, wanting to raise taxes versus cutting them, making sure that we're being strong against China and deregulating versus adding more regulations. I mean, you got Biden just going in there and, you know, cutting projects like Keystone Pipeline and, you know, cutting hardworking jobs here in the United States of America. So I'm looking forward to continuing to run on those issues.
You lost the All-Star game. You've got the political landscape right now for corporations. Suddenly corporations have become political. I don't know how we put that genie back in the bottle, but what would you like to see from corporations? Because they've started to enter the political conversation, and a lot of people just want to buy a Coke, or they just want to fly Delta, or whatever it is.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't say that we lost the All-Star game. I would say the All-Star game was taken from hardworking Georgians and small business owners. Are predominantly, a lot of those are minority businesses, and there's a lot of minorities working in those hardworking establishments, and really just on a political decision. Had nothing to do with what was in the basis of the bill. Senate Bill 202, which I gladly signed, makes it easy to vote and hard to cheat. You know, we believe in accessible and secure elections in our state, and Major League Baseball just caved to the cancel culture, quite honestly, and some corporations here did that as well. But I think that's quieted down because I've pushed back, as you well know, including your organization. I've done almost 80 interviews on that one topic, really pushing back on what the truth is. I think that the president, who got 4 Pinocchios, and Stacey Abrams, who got 2 from the Washington Post, have overplayed their hand, and they're lying to people about this legislation. And I think that's going to bode well for us. We're going to continue to stand strong and stand with those companies that haven't been, you know, wavering to the cancel culture that's out there.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.